I'm Reverend Mark Taylor. I'm the pastor of Carleton Road Baptist Church.
And what happened last night?
I got a telephone call about 10 o'clock, so the church was on fire. So it came down, and the fire brigade were in attendance, and quite a substantial fire taking place in the sort of a schoolroom part of the church. I'm just stood here till about 1:30 this morning watching what was taking place. Lots of activity. Quite a few of the church members came along, some of them who have had parents and grandparents who have been part of the church, and as a pastor, to see your people having a sense of, I don't know, not despair is not the right word, but almost a sense of devastation there, because their lives have been so closely linked with the church, and at that point we didn't know what the extent of the fire was going to be, so it was quite a traumatic time for them.
What was the extent of the fire?
Well, I don't know, waiting to see, but literally sort of a schoolroom and store area on the church seemed to be burnt beyond use. There was talk last night of demolition, but I don't know if that is going to be the extent of it or not now. We've lost quite a lot of the facility we've got here building-wise. But the room we meet for church is still intact. They made a concerted effort to preserve that, so that was good.
You've only been here about 6 months, haven't you?
Yeah, September started here at the church. Moved down from Wick, near John O'Groats, in August. So still the new guy, really.
But you're getting plenty of people coming along, and a thriving youth club.
Yeah. Sunday morning, 45, 50 people on a Sunday morning. But the big success story is, I've got a 10-year-old son who, one wet afternoon we came down to church, and he said, we got the table tennis tables out, and he said, it'd be great to do this with my friends, Dad. So we looked into that, and here's a facility that's not used, to its fullest extent. So we opened a youth club 5 weeks ago for 8 to 11-year-olds, and have 40 children coming along to it. So that's a real success story. Been to school this morning where most of those children are, to drop my children off, and it's the talk of the village. Everybody seems to know about it, and the children are, some of them in tears. It's a big thing for them. Some of the older girls came, ran up and said, Pastor Mark, we're going to raise some money to keep this going. So that lovely incentive is there for them to say, we want to keep this going. It's a good thing. Actually, although it's the church building that's burnt, the church family continues. But what I have found, last week I had a study week doing an audit on the village, and part of that was a questionnaire. And one of the questions I asked a selection of the villagers was, what significant role, or do you see Carleton Road Baptist Church plays a significant role in the village life? And the answer surprised me, was not most of them come to the church. Their answer was, it's been there longer than I've been there, and we know it's there, and that gives us a sense of comfort. So really, what's happened here, it shakes the psyche of the village, and that's quite an interesting concept.
Have you any idea what you're going to do now? I mean, how are you going to...
No. Early days, very early days. I mean, it's a listed building, so you've got all that complication to deal with in planning ahead. The headmistress at Bunwell Primary School has very graciously said today how sorry she is, and, would you like to think about using the school facility for a contemporary venue for the youth club? So that's where we're at, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any idea, how the fire started, what happened?
I think we have to be careful on that one at this moment. It seems obvious what has happened, but there's an investigation going on. I think all I would like to say is probably not accidental.